Dre's High Tech here, back again with another video. Today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to replace the battery and touchpad in your MacBook Pro. Today's MacBook Pro we have, the model is the A1278. That's the model we have right here. And yeah, so we have a little bit of issue with some things underneath the touchpad is causing it to move out of the place, and the suspicion it's the battery that's expanded. And so we're going to I'm not 100% sure that it's the battery that's behind it, but that's what I'm thinking it is. So we'll know for sure once I get into it, but definitely this will have to be replaced. And if it's the battery will also have to be replaced. So that's what I'll be doing today, is showing you guys how to take your MacBook Pro apart and how to replace basic parts that you might need to in the future. So let's get into the video. Okay, so we took the bottom cover off, and now we're able to properly take a look at what might be causing that bulging of the touchpad. And we have the motherboard here, we have the fan here, we have the disk drive here, the memory here, hard drive here, and then we have the battery right here. And so far it looks like my first thought was probably true. Battery right here, as you can see, is a little bit expanded. There's a slight buff here, so this thing looks like it's about to explode. Yeah, no, when I got called about this device and what the customer said it was doing, I immediately told them, hey, don't plug the adapter in, just shut it off and leave it until someone can take a look at it, because you don't want to risk any extra surge, or it could be just one voltage, one charge away from completely exploding and destroying your laptop. So I think it was a good idea to tell them that. And now we'll go ahead and remove the battery, and then we'll remove the touchpad as well. So let's get in. See, Apple is a bunch of weirdos, man. They always go to the way to try to make simple stuff difficult, or to keep independent technicians out, or even customers out that can handle replacing simple parts like your hard drive, stuff like that. They go ahead and they try to use quote unquote Apple type screws, because they know if they just make them with the regular screws, anybody with a Phillips screwdriver or any of those common screwdrivers will be able to remove them. But because they want to keep the customers coming to them and keep filling their pocket, they do little stuff like this, like trying to use parts that are screws that you won't be able to just find in your home. and that way you get put off by trying to do basic repairs like this, and then you bring it to them and then they make the money. But a good technician will always have tools that can get into whatever Apple tries to put out there, or to secure the devices, because they'll be for sale. So if this ever happens to you, you're trying to work on your device and you can't find the tools that it needs to open it, just go on Amazon and it'll be there, no problem. And yeah, don't let Apple force you to spend all your money with them. If you don't know what you're doing, take it to them or take it to a professional. But if you know your way around electronics like this, and all they need is the tools to open it, just go on Amazon and you'll find whatever you need. All right. All right. So we have removed the battery. As you can see here, get a closer look for you guys. Yep, this thing is pretty much what I thought it was behind the problem. This is what I thought was behind the problem. Your battery shouldn't look like this, but yeah, we stopped it before it got to a critical point where it just straight up exploded and this whole thing would have been lost. So yeah, and these are pretty cheap right now. I think average around $45 or so on Amazon. So we'll go ahead and order one of that, and then we'll also have this touchpad ordered. Let's open it up, see if the bulging goes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it should look. So that's definitely what's the problem. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and remove the touchpad. Okay guys, so we have the parts here. They finally arrived, and we'll go ahead and complete the replacements. So we'll be replacing the touchpad here, which is damaged, and this battery right here, which is compromised as well. And I'll show you a side-by-side comparison so you can see it. It's here, and you flip it around, you see the difference there. Yes, this thing was on its way to full exposure. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and put these in.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right guys, so the part replacement has been complete. We got the touchpad put in, we got the battery replaced, and that's pretty much it. You shouldn't have any issues going into any MacBook at this stage. If you've been into one before, you'll be able to find your way around all the others. So the only thing I would say is if you're going about doing your own, parts replacement and stuff like this, I would say as long as the parts that you're replacing are pretty much the low end parts, like touchpad, pretty straightforward. Um, Battery, hard drive, CD drive, stuff like that that are pretty much within reach and not very cost effective or difficult. Yeah, do your thing, you won't run into any issues. But if you're looking to, replace like the motherboard or the screen, I would still always recommend taking it to, the pros or a shop, whether it's Apple or whatever. If you have Apple warranty on the device, take it to Apple. That's what your warranty for. If your device is out of warranty, like typically an older model MacBook like this, then you'll have to take it to tech specialists and have them do it for more high-end parts repair like that. Don't be that one guy that wants to try to test himself and end up shoot yourself in the foot, which a lot of my customers have done, and then now a cost that would have been not something that you'd have to worry about now, instead of what would have probably been a $50 fix in labor, turns out to cost 3 times that because you did more damage. So yeah, that's what I would say. Pretty easy stuff to do. You don't need to do a lot of research to find a way around getting in and out of an Apple MacBook or anything Apple related. But yeah, it's good to always do your own research just to cover your bases before you go about it. So we're gonna do a power up test right now just to make sure everything is good. Okay, this shows that the replacement battery is good. Comes with a little bit of charge. Right now it hasn't been plugged in and it's loading up fine, running. So next check would be to make sure this thing works fine, because of some of you might not really know. Typically first end part, which is the part that comes with the devices, those are pretty much, you try to keep them as best as possible. Third party parts like this and the battery, those tend to likely have more issues and defect than the original that came with it. So even though it looks good, it's always important to do a thorough check just to make sure everything works exactly how it should. And here we are, guys. System finally loaded up and touchpad is working fine. Yes, we are okay. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and share if you enjoy the content and if you want to see more. That's it from Dre's High Tech. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Peace. Take care of yourself.